Calisthenics can build a bulletproof core and a massive upper back. But if you look closely at pure bodyweight athletes, you will notice a recurring architectural blind spot: flat, narrow shoulders. They have the pulling power of a titan, but their frame lacks that iconic, capped 3D width. This isn't a lack of effort. It is a fundamental limitation of basic bodyweight physics. To build a wide frame, you must force the lateral head of your deltoid to hypertrophy, but gravity only pulls downward, and calisthenics relies almost entirely on pushing and pulling vertically. When you do a push-up or a dip, your front delts take the brunt of the load, and when you do a pull-up, your lats and rear delts fire, meaning the side delt is completely bypassed. If you don't have dumbbells, you cannot perform a standard lateral raise, or can you? Today, we are breaking down the geometric hacks to isolate your side delts using nothing but a wall and gravity. Before we manipulate the physics, look at the anatomy blueprint. The lateral delt is responsible for one primary mechanical action, which is shoulder abduction, lifting your arm away from your side. In the gym, a dumbbell provides resistance at the exact angle of this arc, whereas in standard calisthenics, your hands are locked to the ground or a bar, forcing compound movements that favor larger muscle groups. Your body is a highly efficient machine. It will always choose the path of least resistance. So if your massive chest and triceps can take over a movement, they will happily leave your side delts completely starved. To bypass this anatomical glitch, we have to eliminate the floor and change our relationship with horizontal surfaces, creating mechanical tension without moving our joints. This introduces the power of isometric overload, forcing a muscle to contract with maximum intensity against an unyielding object. And your target structure for this protocol is a simple wall. A wall doesn't move. And because it doesn't move, it allows you to exert 100% of your maximum neural output into the side delt without throwing off your structural form. Let's break down the 3 minimalist protocols to weaponize this concept and force your frame to expand horizontally with 0 external weight. Protocol 1 is the isometric wall raise. Stand sideways next to a wall, roughly half an arm's length away, and place the back of your forearm and elbow flat against the surface. Now, attempt to execute a lateral raise directly into the wall, driving your elbow outward and upward into the brick as hard as humanly possible while keeping your torso completely vertical. Because the wall is immovable, your shoulder joint stays locked, but the neural drive to your lateral delt spikes immediately, generating massive tension in a perfect vacuum. Do not just lean into the wall. That uses body weight. You must actively stand tall and force your shoulder muscle to generate the outward driving pressure, holding this peak contraction for 15 solid seconds. Protocol 2 shifts from an isometric hold to a dynamic movement, the wall sliding lateral raise. Wrap a towel or a smooth cloth around your forearm to eliminate friction. Stand next to the wall, press your forearm against it, and walk your feet outward at a slight angle until your body is leaning toward the wall, supported only by your side shoulder cap. Slowly slide your forearm upward along the wall, driving your body away from it. Then lower back down with absolute control. You have successfully hacked gravity to create a bodyweight lateral raise. The third and final protocol requires no walls, just floor space, the pike push-up leaning shift. Standard pike push-ups target the front delts heavily, so we are going to alter the leverage. Get into a standard pike position with your hips high in the air, forming an inverted V-shaped frame, and as you lower your head toward the floor, consciously flare your elbows outward to the sides. By flaring the elbows wide rather than keeping them tucked, you shift a significant portion of your body's downward weight from the anterior chest onto the lateral shoulder caps. Let's compare the data streams on the grid. Traditional calisthenics yields almost 0 lateral delt recruitment, while the wall isolation protocol forces a 90% peak muscle fiber activation. You no longer have an excuse for a narrow frame just because you train at home or in a park. The mechanics are simple, predictable, and highly efficient when executed with intent. But remember the cold gains commandment. Tension without execution is just wasted energy. And if you swing your hips or use momentum during these wall slides, the stimulus evaporates. Lock your abs down. Squeeze your glutes. Turn your torso into a rigid, unyielding architectural pillar, and let the shoulder cap do 100% of the mechanical heavy lifting. Run the isometric wall raises for 4 sets of 15-second max effort holds, followed immediately by 12 controlled reps of the sliding raises dot, and your side shoulders will experience a pump they didn't think body weight could deliver. Stop complaining about a lack of dumbbells or a closed gym. Your body doesn't read the labels on iron plates. It only recognizes the absolute reality of structural resistance. Find a wall, eliminate the friction, alter the leverage, and go build a wide, commanding frame that defies the limitations of basic calisthenics from every single angle. Stop complaining about a lack of dumbbells or a closed gym. Your body doesn't read the labels on iron plates. It only recognizes the absolute reality of structural resistance. Now, that's it for today's video. Like the video and subscribe to Cold Gains.